we're going to talk about the snapshot proposal that ends tonight, which I think it's like 100% passed, overwhelmingly supported. We really appreciate that, you guys. We really do. And kind of to show that, let me bring that up on screen here. I can bring that up. In the proposal, if you've already voted, you still got time. You can claim your Pope badge down here.
That's really nice.
It gives you this mint button that lights up after you vote. Only people who've actually voted can get it. It's built into Snapshot. And this is what the badge looks like up close. It's just kind of like a reward. There's actual, when you get it and receive it, it's on the Yncd network. Anytime we have a major milestone, we want to release a Pope badge. It was pretty interesting how the whole process went, because I've never created a Pope badge one. And the process is a lot more manual than I thought it was. Basically, the team at Pope had to rewrite their software to include the badge in it. And I said, is that normal? And they said, yeah, that's just the process so far. But I think the future of Pope's going to be pretty good and strong, because looking at all the events that are out there for the past year or whatever, it's heavily used. I got some insanely bullish news about Matic and Polygon. So I heard that the Matic team has been talking to Coinbase, and Coinbase is, as we're all aware, right? They're looking at launching their own NFT platform. And the rumor is it's on Polygon, so it won't even support ETH. It'll just be 100% Polygon, which will be really crazy for the Matic token if that's true,
Well, being on Polygon, that's going to help their user base.
Oh yeah,
more transactions instead of larger transactions.
Yeah, because that's what Coinbase is kind of all about. It's just high volume number of people. Something.
They also, if I can interject, Coinbase, like they also, the way they educate their user base, incentivize new people getting into crypto to learn, by like, hey, earn $5 learning about XYZ. I can see them be like, learn how to bridge to Matic, and like that's just good for the whole space to have more people exposed to multi-chain different things. Hopefully it'll bring them closer to DeFi.
Oh, 100%. Because anytime you can do something like that, the network effect of having more people is just bullish for DeFi in general, all over.
Yep.
Have you heard of the NFT like offer swap scams?
Go into it a little bit. Maybe I have. At least let everybody else know.
I think, yeah.
Okay, I don't know how it works. I'm not that technical, but they put in an offer, and then before you accept the offer, they switch it for a lower offer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do a bait and switch.
It's a bait and switch.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's possible, but I know it's happened on OpenSea.
What they probably do, and I'm only speculating here because I've never seen one of these type of scams, but it would be entirely possible to just go over to the mint button and upload a JPEG of the one you're trying to sell them, and then like pull the offer and relist the fake one.
That's what
that actually goes to a different contract. And that's something you see people in like Counter-Strike do. They'll say, oh, I'll trade you like this nice gun for your like desert, what they call them, sand dune. Yeah, sand dune Glock, like a terrible gun. And you're like, okay, yeah, I'll make that deal. And they'll cancel it and relist it with that sand dune gun. But then they'll also put in like one of your expensive guns in there. And if you just hit yes, accept, yes, accept, yes, accept, you accept the third one. And then it's like, whoops, there went my nice $100 gun skin.
Well, see, that's something like you take from a totally different marketplace, like the Steam marketplace.
Yeah.
And be aware of those kind of scams when we develop this marketplace.
Yeah. We want to put as many like, convenience trading is kind of what Steam has made for, but it's easy to undo a trade on Steam. There's no do-backsies on the blockchain, right? No do-overs.
Can you please reset the blockchain?
Yeah. It's like, hey, I didn't mean to make that trade. The price went down after I bought it, no. You know, it's there's a lot of finality in it, and you know, so in order to protect people from things like that, right? You need to make sure that it's very clear what's happening in the exchange that they're doing. Make sure things don't go too fast. You don't want it like too easy to just hit like accept, 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 and then like accept 3 or 4 trade offers in a row. You know,
Exactly.
you know, if you make it too easy, like in Solana, that's what's kind of scary about Solana. There's not really an approval function. So if you approve a transaction and you think it's for minting an NFT, it could actually be for just emptying your wallet, you know, and just draining all the funds.
Well, I have made a transaction on ETH that was so bad that I went in there and canceled it, and I had plenty of time to cancel it. You don't
Yeah.
have that kind of time on Solana.
No,
And
there's probably no
Yeah.
way to cancel a
You click,
transaction.
it's gone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
click, it's gone. It's not like you click and you're like, wait a minute, you know?
and you can there
Cancel.
are escrow you know you can escrow contracts he's asking in there.
Oh, yeah?
And that is safer a lot of times, but especially if you're going to sell a large NFT, like Bored Apes have put out examples where people are spending $1 million on one, and they actually use a person for escrow. Now there's a lot of trust involved in having a third party.
A person is escrow.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen people that do that, and that terrifies me. But I
Yeah.
guess some
That-
people have facilitated that.
So that's funny you mentioned that. There's actually an escrow scam on Steam where you get like that trusted person in the middle, and you're like, okay, we'll both send our weapon skins to him, and then he will do the swap and then send them back to us. So
Yeah.
I don't have to trust you. Well, what they'll do is they'll find one of your friends, and then they'll fake being that person by changing their screen name, and they'll say, hey, I'm your buddy, remember? And I know this guy too, when he really doesn't.
I know some people that in crypto that has happened to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they do the man in the middle attack where they fake being a friend of yours.
It can just be a dot or a
the name be slightly
alternative
different.
key. Exactly.
Yeah,
Is that an R, or is that some kind of Russian symbol?
like a Russian
Yeah,
symbol, like
it's
a
really
or
hard to
Greek
tell.
or Cyrillic
You
or
gotta-
whatever.
That's just like DMs in Discord chat. Never leave those on.
Yeah, that's the first thing I do. Verification method where you have to use a verification channel in your Discord now, and it's a lot better way of doing it. Because you'll get a little message right there in the room. You hit the button, and it takes you right out to the website. You don't get a private message. Hey, and I got an answer for Jackie's question here. He says, does it make sense to wait for Sync V2 to create a bond? And, that's a very speculative question, right? So I would say if you're holding Sync right now, you should definitely be creating crypto bonds, right? And historically, the best pair has always been the Sync ETH crypto bond pair. It has always outperformed even stable coins and all of the other ones by far. So that's the only one I would even be eyeballing.
Everybody's got a different idea what the future will hold, but all of mine are Sync ETH, and they're long term, like they're 3-year bonds. I just bought another one on the lending platform the other day because it doesn't bother me to hold it for years, but that's my personal choice.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, it is heavily like
It's worked out for me so far.
Yeah, I mean, because that's a good long time to wait from like one cycle to the next.
I've done some 90 days, and they've been fine too, but I'm looking more towards,
Yeah, the only
longer
problem I have with the 90 days is that you make back about your gas.
Yeah.
And so that's cool that our like the weakest form of the crypto bond still breaks even on gas. But that's brutal. And I was looking at Reddit this morning, everybody was saying ETH is broken. What are we going to do? The Vitalik needs to do something. Somebody said Vitalik was sweating, and someone else said skeletons don't sweat. And I was like, yeah, that's probably it's probably pretty true.
Damn.
You had talked to me. You had talked to me in the past about stable bonds.
Yeah.
And I like stable bonds too, like ETH.
Yeah.
It's
a good way to guarantee you're not going backwards. I mean, you can only go forward.
Yeah.
Right. So you may just not make the kind of gains you would like had you made like the Sync ETH ones because
Right.
ETH has just been rocketing, in price, appreciation. Yeah, we need some more diversity like that, Coin Toro. Yeah, Roscoe says. Will the V1 3-year bonds be honored in V2? Of course they will be. Yes. Yes, of course. So in our V2, we have some what we call design restraints, where we've basically agreed that it only makes sense that our V1 tokens can migrate to V2, right? And so if you have like a certain amount of liquidity in a crypto bond or whatever, that's going to be fine for V2. So you can make it now, like Jackie was asking earlier. You can make your crypto bonds now. So we do operate 2 DAOs here. We have the Sync DAO and we have the Syncronauts DAO. That's not a little confusing,
Not at all.
but they do kind of serve completely different purposes on the same side of the coin,
Yep.
right? So the crypto bonds, Sync, the V2 project is still going strong, and we need a really strong marketplace. So we're building an awesome marketplace for that. It just helps flesh out our ecosystem into more of a one-stop shop for everything, and I just don't see us slowing down. We're just going to keep growing and adding and adding and adding until we're
The
basically
Sync-
like a shopping mall
Yeah.
of DeFi
The
options.
Sync network is going to be a network
Mhm.
of many things.
Yeah.
I think it's really impressive what you developers have been able to do so far. The amount of work that's been done and produced in pretty much a short amount of time, about a year, maybe a little bit more than over a year. It's insane to me.
Wait, has it not been 10 years yet?
No, right?
It-
Oh my
It
god.
feels like it.
feels
Yeah,
like
it
it's
feels
been
like
so
it,
long.
absolutely.
But you look at the lending platform we have, the crypto bond platform, the Sync token, the Syncronauts. Once we get the NFT marketplace in, we're kind of becoming like, you'll be able to do a variety of things. You'll be able to create NFTs on our platform, right? We're going to be able to create. There's actually more vision to this.
Yeah.
But we have to kind of put our blinders on. Otherwise, we'll be like eyeballs forever, right?
Yeah.
Because we have to put our nose down and say, okay, like this is what we need next as a stepping stone to get further on in our evolution.